Republican lawmakers now defending Attorney General Bill Barr after more than 1,100 former Justice Department officials called on him to resign. This amid fallout over Barr overruling his prosecutor's sentencing recommendation for former Trump advisor Roger Stone. Listen to this.
All Bill Barr's Justice Department did was prosecute the gentleman. The U.S. attorney in Washington came to Bill Barr and said, hey, I've got a question about the sentence. So Barr says, well, let's talk about it. In the meantime, the frontline prosecutors went out on their own.
I think Barr has reoriented those frontline prosecutors to the overall goals of the administration, and that's entirely appropriate because they're all members of the executive branch.
The former DOJ official's statement says, in part, quote, Mr. Barr's actions in doing the president's personal bidding unfortunately speak louder than his words. Meantime, the judge in the Stone case has set a phone hearing tomorrow to discuss the status of the case after Stone filed another request for a new trial amid reports of an anti-Trump juror and bias on behalf of that juror. Andy McCarthy is a former assistant U.S. attorney and Fox News contributor. Before I pull my hair out, this was a sentencing recommendation. 9 years, based on you and a lot of other lawyers, was excessive. It's up to the judge for her to sentence Roger Stone. It's just a recommendation. Why all the uproar?
This is just the silliest Washington controversy, and that's really saying something, Dagan. I mean, this is what nonsense this is. Even the federal sentencing guidelines, which is what this recommendation is about, an interpretation of the sentencing guidelines, even the federal sentencing guidelines do not bind the judge, let alone a Justice Department recommendation about them. She's only bound by the statutes that Stone was convicted on. So she could give him 0 years, she could give him 50 years, she could give him anything in between. The two recommendations we're talking about are non-binding recommendations which differ because of a difference of opinion about the application of a technical guidelines enhancement if you're going to go by the guidelines, which the judge doesn't have to do. So the whole thing is over nonsense. And the other thing I would note is, number one, federal judges are expert in sentencing. They actually sentence cases more than individual prosecutors do. There's nothing that the Justice Department, whether you believe the aggravated or exacerbated interpretation is right or the softer interpretation is right, there's nothing the Justice Department can tell this judge that she doesn't already know about either the sentencing guidelines, federal sentencing law, or the Roger Stone case, which she presided over as a judge. And secondly, she also gets a guidelines calculation from the U.S. Probation Department in every case, besides hearing from the Justice Department and from the defense lawyer. So there's nothing that the Justice Department has done that either binds this judge or actually informs her much about what's going on in this case.
Do you think he gets sentenced later in the week? I think it's scheduled for Thursday, but there is that conference call scheduled tomorrow, and we do know that, to quote a headline, that the jury foreman was a Trump-hating Russia collusion hoaxer.
Yeah. Well, you know, Dagan, there's two things going on there. The motion for a new trial is a very serious motion, and I think if Stone wants to press that, then they're going to have to litigate that, and that will hold up the sentencing, I would think, for sure. The thing that pushes against that is the actual evidence against Stone. Let's put his sentencing to the side, whatever you think of it. The evidence against him that he committed these crimes that he was charged with is overwhelming. So you have a big question about, does he really want another trial or not? But I think if he wants one, he may get one.
Andy, great to see you. Thank you so much. Always
Thanks,
so much
Dagan.
to talk about, never enough time.